I was supposed to incorporate 10 years of hard work between Festka and Max into the design of the bike, and that was a lot of responsibility. I'm happy it's done. The most difficult part wasn't the painting itself, but the everyday getting into the mindset to keep the design coherent over the hours, over the span of a couple of weeks. The choice of color I went for was our brand color called Festka Red, which is a very, very bright color, and some people think it's neon, but it's actually not. And this kind of color, it's usually good to use for small details or some like little sentences, descriptions, but I chose to use it as boldly as I could because when I called Max, he told me he would love the bike to represent fire. And I think it's because when I met Max, like he's a very charismatic and very extroverted person that felt like full of energy. So that made more sense for me to make it very, very bold and bright. It's supposed to reflect the story of him, how he became a successful businessman, how he started to sell bikes next to the road, and all of a sudden he is like a very, very established and successful businessman. And then there was like a whole journey behind it, and I wanted to reflect that on the bicycle. So I have chosen many symbols. One of them is a Chinese wall that is like wrapped around the whole bike, also because I wanted to do some continuous line around it, but also because there is a symbolism behind that, like you would build something brick by brick. I had to paint one brick by brick on the bike, and of course it looks simple, but then the bicycle is quite a lot of canvas if you would unfold that. And it's also a symbol for the journey, and the journey is very, very long, and it's continuing, which is amazing. I also painted some symbols like clouds, as like we would think of like life passing by while you're cycling or while you are working, or I have included some symbols like the Chinese zodiac signs, where Max is a goat, Andre is a tiger, and Maori is a monkey. That would just symbolize more of them, who they are, but in a maybe a little bit like a lighter manner. From this point of view and from this kind of storytelling, I wanted to include the Malaysian plants. I wanted to include some of the Malaysian architecture just to reflect on that place. So I really love Petronas Towers, which I've included there. I also included some of the temples that I've seen in Malaysia. And it's also something like you see while you're cycling in the city. So it's kind of like things on the bike are reflecting what you see while you're there. It's also reflecting Max's life and his work. It's also reflecting on the relationship between Festka and Cyclist Wardrobe and Max. It's also like suggesting some sort of like path or journey. The use of gold is not about having a luxurious item. It is more about a symbolism or a metaphor. So in Czechia we say that somebody who has a good heart has a golden heart. And if you're very skilled you have gold hands. So I think Festka has gold hands and Max has a good heart. So that's why I use gold. These bags are valuable because we put a lot of attention to details. We care about our customers and we actually carry responsibility to complete what they desire. If somebody came with their story for me to incorporate into the design, I would say it will be done fast, but it will be done properly and with care. Festka Atelier is about taking people's stories and transforming them onto objects that would last forever.